Pop quiz. If I was to ask you what two teams in the CFL have I been a season ticket holder for, you would probably guess Ottawa and BC, right? Would you actually believe that the second team was the Edmonton Eskimos? Yes, during the 2010 season, I wanted to get great Grey Cup seats, and the best way to do that is to become a season ticket holder. There I was on the 50-yard line, 2 rows up right behind the benches. I like the Edmonton Eskimos. They're a nice team. I've never been a huge fan in the sense of I don't have Edmonton t-shirts and that, but they're a nice organization, and occasionally they still send me nice literature. And as much as I think they're swell people, it could be a rough night at the office for them. Tonight in Ottawa as they take on the Ottawa REDBLACKS. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith, and welcome to my view from the 40. The interesting thing about this game tonight is that you might think, going back to last week's debacle where Ottawa lost 46-17, that it was going to be another one-sided affair. And who knows, it very well could be. But I don't think so. Now, a couple of things that I take a look at. First of all, last week was Edmonton's first home game. And anytime you're playing in your first home game, you come out a lot more amped up. So there's that. The second thing is, and again, shake Edmonton's hand and give them lots of credit for a great performance last week. But Ottawa made so many mistakes, and all of those mistakes cannot be overlooked. So, for example, we had the quick pick six. We also had a lot of really, really costly penalties. So tonight's game in Ottawa, with an Ottawa amped up crowd, I think it'll be a lot different. Now, a lot of people are going to look to Henry Burris to lead this team, but I'm going to look to the defense. In the first game of the season, Ottawa played Montreal and did not give up a 100-yard receiver. They've done it in their last 2 games. 2 weeks ago with Emmanuel Arsenault from the BC Lions, and last week to Darius Bowman. For Ottawa to be successful in this game, their defense really needs to step up, and they need to be able to cover Darius Bowman. He had, I believe, 112 or 120 receiving yards last week, which on its own isn't huge. But when you consider the fact that he just seemed to be able to catch the ball at will, if they make him a main target and Ottawa's not able to cover him, we're going to have some problems. Now, in regards to the offensive side of Ottawa, again, they need to move the ball. They need to move the ball effectively. They need to control the possession game. They had it. They had a good job of it last week, but we need points. So, at the end of the day, do I necessarily think that Ottawa is going to get steamrolled again this week? I don't. I'm still not completely sold on Matt Nichols, the quarterback of the Edmonton Eskimos. They've got one of the best receivers in the league in Bowman, but if the pressure can be put on, can be put on Matt Nichols, I think we might have a very different outcome. I'm going to take Ottawa in a very close game this week. I think the fact that, again, they're playing at home, the fact that they could only get better from last week's game, I think we're going to see a completely different team. If you're in the Ottawa area and you're heading to the game, remember to bring non-perishable food items. It is our week to tackle hunger, which is very important. So let's make sure we're doing that. As always, you can reach out to me at CFL_fan on Twitter, Facebook.com/WhittyWhittier and WhittyWhittier.com. I appreciate you taking the time to check out this blog, and that's my view from the 40.